It's that time again for our monthly book club feature, and this morning we are in conversation with the Literary Alliance Book Club, and this is an open club that has been in existence for the past 2 years, and their sole purpose is to encourage people to buy and read books written and published by African authors Nicci, Legoka and Phathu, Musitha. The founding members of the club do join us now in studio to tell us all about their book club. Ladies, it's great to have you. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks so much for having us.
Now, who's one of the co-founders?
Both of us.
Both of you guys are the founders. Okay, I want to speak to you.
Sure.
What was the significance of starting this book club, and why did you deem it important to have one?
I think it's really important, and book clubs really matter, and it seems that people are starting to understand that, and not just us, but book clubs in general are starting to receive prominence. And you see it when there's an author that's launching his book and he invites someone that facilitates a book club to be the person that moderates that. So I think that's quite significant. But I mean, I've always wanted to start a book club, but I was lazy because there's so much admin involved. But Nicci and I used to work together years ago. And I think books was something we always knew we had in common. So when I finally decided it's time to be serious about this and get it going, I spoke to her and she was keen, and we decided to get together and form Literary Alliance. So officially that was 2 years ago. So this month we're actually celebrating our 2nd year anniversary.
Yes, I was about to say June is quite a significant month for you guys.
Yes, exactly.
That's amazing. Let's speak about just some of the books that you guys have read. I know that you are big on African literature.
Absolutely.
Why is that important to you guys to explore the works of fellow Africans?
Because of history. I mean, in the past we were exposed to books by Shakespeare and never about African authors. So we saw a need that it is very important for us to read books that are written for us as Africans and by African authors, so that we could relate with those stories. And we have been able to do so over the past 2 years.
I'm really excited to just hear about some of those titles. Who are these authors? What are these books that you guys have indulged in?
So recently we read, actually yesterday we were with Lerato Mokgwatle, author of Vagabond, no matter how you decide to pronounce it. It's a travel memoir. She traveled all over Africa, and we were reviewing that. We've read Uphile Chisala poetry, and that was also amazing because people really got to relate to her poetry. We also read a book by Malebu Sipodi, Misbehave.
And I think that was our first book.
That was our very first book.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a great title to start things off with.
Yes, absolutely. Because I mean,
the tone.
To set the tone, and also we were really I couldn't wait to review her book because I've been following her work throughout the years. So it was really exciting to read her. To have a sit down with her and discuss the book.
Now, your club is an open book club.
Yes.
How do people join if they want to join, and how often do you guys meet? Do you guys alternate venues?
Yes.
And who are your other members that are not with us today?
Okay, cool. So we are an open book club, which means you don't have to pay a monthly fee to be a part of us. You don't need to fill in 10-page long forms. All you do is literally rock up, and what we do ask for everyone that joins is that buy the book of the month, so that we support the industry, but also so that when we meet, people know what we're talking about. And it's not like, okay, I haven't read this book, but I think it's interesting because of 1, 2, 3. But I think we can have an informed discussion when people have read the book. We meet every single month except for Jan. So Jan, people are still in.
Why are you picking on January?
It's still.
What does January ever do to you?
It's the beginning of the year.
It's the beginning of the year. There's a lot happening. So we're like, sort out your life admin. And then for the rest of the year, we'll meet. In December, we do meet, but we try and keep it quite informal. So instead of saying, let's read this book, what we tend to do is bring your best book or your best books of the year. So we sit down and talk about those. So it's quite informal. And Nicci and I run everything from the admin, talking to the authors, talking to different bookstores in Joburg, which is where we generally have our sessions. So we alternate bookstores.
That's
so
amazing.
how it works is that For instance, I don't know if I can name drop.
Yeah.
Okay. The previous month we met at Exclusive Books, and yesterday when we had our session with Lerato, we met at Love Books. So
I love Love Books. Who doesn't?
yeah.
Nicci, just to wrap it up, I hear you guys are in the process of hosting a summer parent-child reading session.
Yes.
Tell us all about that and what sparked that idea?
So obviously it's based on the fact that primary grade 4 learners are unable to read.
Or even understand what they're reading.
Absolutely, and that was a problem for us because, I mean, if you're in grade 4, if your child is in grade 4, they should at least be able to read or understand or read with meaning. So that was a concern for us, and later on in the year we'll be hosting a parent-child session whereby we'll invite authors that have written books for children to come and read to the children, and we'll see if we can donate books as well, because we also have our Book Blesser campaign that is going on. So we will donate books and obviously get the children to read, just to have a fun session for them and encourage them to read.
I never thought a blesser would be a positive thing. Thank you very much, ladies, for coming. It's been a pleasure having you, and all the best with your book club.
Thank you so much.
There is Nicci Legoka as well as Phathu Musitha. We were in conversation with them just about their 2-year-old book club. It's their book club anniversary, and it's called Literary Alliance. I don't know why I stumbled over this word. Well, if you belong to a book club or are a lone reader, you can also join us for our Sunday morning book feature, just to talk about some of the books that you're currently reading or have read. Send us a detailed description of the book or book club, and you can do so via email, or you can send us a picture of those books with a brief caption using our social media platforms. Our Twitter handle is at Morning Live SABC. Morning Live SABC is where you can find us on Facebook, and of course you can drop us an email, morninglive@sabc.co.za. We take a quick break. When we come back, we're in conversation with Kitty Petla as well as Nduduzo Makati.